Welcome everyone to DuelCircle's Staff Showdown Tournament for Fansite Festival 2018. We're glad to be back this year. Today we are doing something different compared to our traditional tournaments where anyone can join and experience PvP the DuelCircle way. The DuelCircle way involves heavily modifying play versus player with banning or limiting spells and gear combinations that make the current meta as it is today. This includes shadow enhanced spells, maycast wands, and much more. We decided to turn things around and make our staff participate in a tournament for controlling interests of the Mender Empire. Our lineup includes a mixture of organizers, referees, and Eric Stormbringer from Duelist 101 as our guests. Organizers first are Michael FireHammer, Edward Anvil, and Vanessa Mythdust. As for referees, Artur SpellMender, Luke Death, Chase LegendDreamer, and Destiny SparkleHeart. Rules themselves are mostly the same as what we used in Christmas Clash 2017, though modified for this tournament. First of all, we only have 8 players, so that means we only have 3 rounds. Round 1, Round 2 as semifinals, and Round 3 as finals. This means that we'll only be having single elimination due to the size of the tournament and just how we're going to do it today in the Fansite Festival. And now let's go ahead and look into the detailed rules of what gear you can use, what strategies are known now, what spells are alright, limitations, all that awesome stuff. First of all, you cannot have more than 70% resistance to any school. You cannot have more than a 60% total heal boost. You cannot have more than 40% pierce for any school individually. Any strategy that is designed to purposely prolong a game beyond a reasonable length is not allowed. Single dispels are capped at 4 per game. Furthermore, you cannot use the same dispel twice in a row. The following spells are banned: Elucidate and Simplify, Aftershock, all of the spells from Io Bartleby due to the fact they are 1 pip, Fire Beetle, Burning Rampage, Gnomes, Cloak, Aegis, and Indemnity, Enfeeble, Shatter, Shadow Strike, Shadow Trickster, Shadow Creatures such as Dark Nova for example, all the Shadow Enhanced spells, things like Gaze of Fate and Fire from Above. The following spells have been capped: Mana Burn at 3 per reshuffle, Bad Juju at 3 per reshuffle, Guardian Spirit 1 per game, Supernova 2 per game. All the crafted drop pack spells combined are limited to 3 per game. All Pot Boiler treasure cards are limited to 3 per game. The following equipment is banned: any pet with a Maycast talent, Maycast jewels, mounts with stats. Maycast wands are allowed to be equipped for the stats, but if you do use any of the wand strikes, you will be disqualified even if it doesn't cast the Maycast due to the fact that we want to minimize on RNG. And that is it with all the rules. We shall go ahead and enter into the first match of the tournament in round 1. Michael FireHammer versus Artur SpellMender. Battle of the mic.
So
balance versus life.
Balance versus life?
Yeah, I believe they're both 120 or so.
Let's see. I feel like... Who's first? I can't really tell. It's usually
it's the Life Wizard right now. Wild Flame. That's what we'll call him. He's using a different character right now. Because we kind of memed in the chat like that. Oh, there's no Life Wizards, and he's like, you know what? Let me go and solve the issue. So
yeah, I think
here it
balance,
is.
Even though balance is second, they're typically favored in this matchup.
Yeah, especially balance is generally more versatile.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking if they had they had shadow spells.
Yeah, you have to reconsider the entire meta without shadow, like the old meta. That's the issue.
Yeah,
and remember, they can only use 3 lore spells in total. So, like for example, it's 3. Yeah, like lore masters or drop spells or the pack spells. So, like Michael as a balance cannot use like, you know, what I call the easy simple spells. He has to go ahead. That's spell 1.
There's a Luminous Weaver.
Yeah, he has Luminous Weaver, so that's limited.
The big problem with that is that limiting lore spells is that balance still like just dumpsters people with the. It depends if Michael uses elemental blades with spectral blast.
I feel like that's what he's going to do because he can use that without worrying about a cap, or even use that in conjunction with Lore Master. Time well, just
because you got to think
hammer
about
down his opponent.
Is that even though Michael has a weakness on him, it will not matter with the spectral blast because elemental blades don't typically use a balance damage spells at all.
So you're saying
So
that
always
the way
setting up for
Spectral is cancellated because it's potentially 3 different damage, it can kind of overpower
it's kind of uncounterable
system.
to most.
Really? I did not know that
The
particular
only way
part
to
about
really
it.
counter it is using elemental shields, but that's only... Well, never mind, I did get back, because normally shields, like fire and ice shield, storm and ice.
Yeah.
Which is pretty
Ooh,
popular. Kind of...
the 60 though. But sadly, it does not work against Michael FireHammer. With his Mander though, the helpful Mander is gonna help him out. I forgot to mention, he is playing as a Mander, using his one is Stitch as a Scepter tribute. So like he's going full on meme here, but he's planning to win though. Like that's his dream.
So
his dream to be the one who wins with the Mander.
So basically, what's happening here is that if Artur, I don't know, is that a real name? If Artur loses, he's getting sent back to.
Yeah. Oh wait, we're going double minion here. Wow. Mm-hmm. That's unexpected.
I think Spirit Guardian's actually... Well, no. It's pretty
Spirit
close.
Guardian can be bad in terms of satyrs and... mainly it's the healing capability, but it's fairly weak, like, what, 300 health or so? Or is it 250? Oh, no, it's better than the Mander in health. 350 but versus 300, so... Give that.
Not even. It's actually a pretty even matchup.
Yeah, like, they haven't... Either one of them haven't gone, like, super duper offensive. And they both have their minions. They both have some defense against each other in one way or another. Well, I guess in Arthur's case, aka Wildflame, he is defending against like a Chimera, but I don't know even if Mike does that. Oh, hey, we have the spell that has literally... Just get rid of that.
There we go.
Poor man.
All right, see, look what damage this thing does.
Like it's absurd.
Even though it's ice, it's still going to do a lot. Yeah, it's pretty decent.
1400, 4 pip spell, 2 blades. If you got himself an elemental though, that's where you want yourself to be. So, I guess like his plan may just be like whittle him down.
Yeah, but the only I forgot.
Well, under 10 minutes though, like how well will that work for him? There's the heal though. Wonder how much he goes for healing though. That's not much. I mean, it's decent, but well, to be fair, it's okay. To be fair, that minion is right now like literally helping him. But at the same time, though, like.
Oh, hold on a second.
4K at a 6 hit. All right. Minions are down here though. They have nearly equal pips. Possibilities can be many things. If Michael wanted the Lore Master for the weakness in accuracy debuff, he could, but I feel like he's going to try to be fancy. There's Spirit Blade over here, though. Like, he's going to try to aim up for something. Oh, yeah, I was right about the Lore Master.
Usually, the win condition for life is, if they don't have that much lore spells and they don't have shadow spells, it's going to be blading up for Spiny Shore. The Spiny Sword, making sure that Michael has a life dispel on him, disabling him from removing the damage over time. That's the typical strat for classical life.
Yeah, like
you can't really...
My favorite pre-shadow life type of thing.
Because you can't really cleanse off a damage over time if you have a life dispel on you beforehand. And not a lot of players
go that route.
Well, they don't normally keep, side deck 0-pip life spells. Besides, what is it called? The spell that removes damage over...
Shift?
Yeah. No. That's the mess.
Triage?
Yeah, triage.
Well, I feel like in these sort of matches, when you know who your opponent is and what class they are, you would put that in especially if it's a life, considering that their win condition would be Spiny Sword. Like, that's how it goes. Well,
yeah, but think about it. That's the only thing they'll probably have in their side deck. It's very rare that they even have life spells in general in their main deck.
Yeah.
So the only way for them to even get off that life spell is basically spam drawing from their PC pile, drawing that triage, and then using it. But even so,
well, that's
they'll
under the
probably
that's,
get
that's assuming the Life Wizard is going with his with the counter, though, to ensure that his Spiny Sword will be taken at full force.
I feel like most of them do.
Like in actual competitive PvP, but not here apparently.
I feel like most of them should.
Yeah, like that is much more of a foolproof plan, especially because it's like you would literally underestimate, a triage. Now the other issue is you would have shift, but of course shift requires you to use like 4 pips, and most people are not myth, so you're gonna have to.
The counter to the Spiny Sword strat is just what's the 4 pip storm spell? New blades.
Enfeeble?
Yeah, that's the only real counter to that.
Yeah. I remember though, like when Enfeeble TCs became somewhat easy to get. Was it from Mergamfer or something like that? Right? Like people farm for that.
I can't remember.
And maybe some other places. Like I think it was Mergamfer or something. I remember like people farm for that. Farm for the Enfeeble TCs to counter blade stacking strategies such as the Spiny Sword. Like, good old times though. It really was.
Yeah. By the way, I thought from like Christmas Clash, I thought we banned TC.
Oh no! That you're thinking Clash 1.
Yeah,
yeah, we don't do that.
That's why we had it banned, because of this reason.
Particularly, yeah. Maybe something will readjust depending on how we want metas to go with. But at the moment, we'll just see how he works with his strategy. Now that's Empower though, right?
Okay, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, he's using Empower. That's actually a very, very good move though on Wild Flame's part. Like, he got rid of the weaknesses. He has his 2 life blades there. He has a Fortify to make sure that he just isn't going to die and it's disintegrate.
There we go.
But that Fortify is going to go ahead and come back, as you got to remember rule number 1 against balance: don't use an aura.
Yeah, so Mike's basically using a rule stall tactic. That's how you beat Spiny Sword strategy. So you don't actually like even let them get to that potential point of just dispelling you.
Yeah, like
and
you mana
hitting
burn, you whittle them down, you make it where they feel disadvantaged to actually hit because, well, you'll be on low on health, and the risk of it actually paying off won't be much because. Wait, why is he using this spell if it's single?
It's not a bad single. It really isn't. It's pretty good.
But Satyr's better though, and it's the same pips.
I carry both too because remember he uses minions too, so.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Under the sake of using minions, that is a very smart way of solving like your healing problem. Is like before, like if you're using like a life minion and just had unicorn, it was kind of like whatever. But you literally have your almost AOE Satyr, right?
Look at that. Michael's already trying to execute him.
Yeah, I see. Like he's trying to go with those execute 2 pip spell.
That's the one good thing Balance has is the amount of disruption.
Yeah, especially
not too long ago, disruption was like a crappy kind of thing.
The thing.
Control was just if you didn't have an actual tactic for your deck, you just called it quote unquote control.
Yeah, I remember that though. Like I remember pre-Shadow era where that was part of how Balance won, particularly just compared to the Shadow War.
Yeah, Mike's just trying to execute him now. It's not even.
Yeah, he's just throwing everything at him, and in this case, like I'm gonna say that Wild Flame probably wants to Satyr himself.
Yeah, he's gonna Satyr, but then Mike's just gonna keep.
I mean, that's what you're gonna do. But at the same time, you may just go ahead and think.
By the way,
well, I mean, he's first. He's first though, so I guess. Well, wait, why is he using this?
He's another. But I wouldn't put it in my deck.
That's a damage one, right? Yeah, that's damage one.
Yeah, so look, this is why Scorpion strat back in the day was so good, because you just did this and it was pretty. Yeah, it was more brainless than lore mastering. Scorpion strat, just like.
Yeah, I guess so.
Tossing it at people. Because
You just throw it
back
out
in the day,
back and
people
forth,
didn't really have as strong of healing. So people would be trading 2 pips, like a Satyr or a Veiling Hands, versus the Scorpion, which is only 2 pips. You're at a
True. So
net deficit.
and let's just say you get
see, like,
power pips most of the time.
He's forcing him to spiny anyways as a
yeah,
last.
like you're making it where you're more efficient on pip damage and whittling down someone and healing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now we have a spiny.
Yeah, but see, like Michael basically forced him to spiny.
You have the health. Yeah.
I doubt he actually
moved the plan
wanted
up
to
earlier.
spiny,
That's
but
how you
he's
see.
being forced to spiny anyways. Yeah, it's only doing 700. And
yeah, like if you were to actually blade stack, he would simply add more blades, have that aura potentially, maybe even a feint, but then that's a problem. But it didn't work at all for him because Michael just
Artur has what
brought himself to victory just on playing the better game than Wildflame. That was fun though. Michael FireHammer.
Are those the Stitch boots or the Stitch boots? Those look pretty weird.
All right, here it is. The match will be beginning with Chase, LegendDreamer, aka Pebbles Beach Wizard, versus Luke Def, aka Matthew. We're here with Kyle, CruaderKyle, Kyle Firehorn, and we're going to be seeing this first match. Let's see how they will play.
I didn't know Luke Def still played this game. Yeah, Pebble did, but
he's an original Clash referee. Actually, to be fair, both of them are. That's what makes it interesting, original versus original.
Right,
Pebbles, instead of going his normal balance route, going Death. And we have Luke Def, doing his normal thing. Like, how are they going to start the match? How are they going to play with the normal DuelCircle rules, the ones that are based on Christmas Clash 2017? Going with Stun Shield, first of all, in fear of that stun that will lock them in for a potential victory or to delay any stuff.
Now that I think about it, I've never seen Pebble not on his balance.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm actually surprised he's not going to balance. Like, I would assume he would go to balance, as that's likely what he's most comfortable at. But maybe he's actually has experience with Def. Like, Def, though, is a school that to play well on it, you got to be pretty experienced. But you never know what could be laying down under his skin, like what he has. Going with that said, though, like, he wants to be careful. Like, I wonder how he's going to be playing, though, in the 10-minute match.
The thing I'm curious about is the weakness that Luke put on him, knowing that he's a Death Wizard. I don't know how effective a weakness is
against Death one up.
No, I mean, because normally the rule is, hey, don't weakness to Death because he's gonna just self-inflict damage on himself, and you're just weak.
Oh yeah, because we have that in power and whatnot.
But
so
I don't know how much that even
Death takes that as an advantage though. Like, how much does it effectively work in the end though? Like, he's not going to blindly hit with that on unless he's desperate. Or
I doubt it even really affect anything because most Death Wizards don't even really do stealth hits. They kind of just spell vamp.
I mean, it's mostly passive here.
Yeah, okay, see, he's already getting with the weakness. Yeah. So
with the beetle. What does it have a trap or something?
What is that? Yeah, I believe it's one of those.
Yeah, 30 trap. That's not bad. And that's like 2 pips, so you're not really losing yourself in anything. We see Luke buffing himself up a bit.
I think the only good spell Death has ever gotten was
was what?
Poison.
Poison. The 4
pip tick. Always a reliable spell, but that's the only pretty.
But most Death Wizards don't use that effectively, though. That's the issue. It's not part of the average strategy. Because mostly they've done some hits. They've done some defense, but they haven't really moved much.
Oh, he's wasting
why
that.
Is he using this, though, when he has a trap there? That's the issue.
Yeah. Now that I think about it,
I'm covering some health.
I feel like Death should have gotten Power Link instead of Poison. It makes more sense because, heal
considering Death and
Lifesteal at the same time, but they gave it the fire.
They increased the power, but
double blade.
They're with what King's Isle has provided them.
He's going for a DOT. The only
for Luke, what are those unique blades?
I believe I have those.
Yeah, they're unique blades. Yeah. If you hover over, you see. So, he's going with a big hit one way or another. Oh, that Death Dispel.
Triangle. Let's see if Luke hits right now.
Let's see. Did he predict it?
It's probably on.
We'll see if the pips go away. Oh, he predicted. maybe that was a skeletal or something.
See what Chase do. Because I mean,
Like, what do you think Luke was going for? Do you think he was going to like a dot? Speaking of dots, though,
yeah, it was gonna be probably a bone dragon or bone.
Like Skeletor, or maybe even Vaughn.
What's the actual spell called? The skeletal dragon?
Yeah, Skeleton Dragon or something like that.
Okay. Hey, remember back in the day, people made fun of me for investing in this spell? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, no. I mean, hey, Fortify is quite powerful. Like, it's especially important these days in modern PvP. With the intense spirits. Heck, I even say in here because the Pierce Cap though that you can have in this tournament's 40%. So honestly,
Do we? Oh,
like you're protecting yourself 15%. It's like keeping yourself nice, cozy, nice and snug.
I wonder if I know Peb is probably more new to Death VPN. Deadly Minotaur is not really a common spell. It's a treasure.
It is not. Yeah, like it's a transmute treasure card. But it's a very nice one, especially with dealing with shields. When you're not using poison to break your shields, like you have a shield. Let's just say like he goes and sets a death shield, pop out the Death Minotaur, get around that death shield, do your major damage, 5 hits. Like
Peb isn't really capitalizing on the huge mistake Luke made. After the death spell, he just popped 2 poisons. Not really anything.
Yeah.
Like it's slowly beating down Luke, but not by a lot.
Yeah, like he's going with like managing his opponent through just whittling him down slowly but surely. But like Luke's fighting back though. Like he tried to go for that hit before, but got death dispelled. The good news is he has the shield, and even and also he has the rule where he can't get death dispelled twice. So let's just say if Pebbles had it where he had a spare churn that he wants to get rid of that shield, so like later on he could use the dispel again. He can't do that straight off after one another, so you got to be really careful on how you use your dispels. Like with the change last year, it's quite deadly for dispel play. Here's going with that weakness though.
That's
like
TC weakness.
We'll see what his TC weakness is gonna do. Maybe he can predict something.
Okay, not bad. Bladed.
We have that though. The only issue though with Definite's weakness counter ability and stuff is like Empower and Dark Pack and stuff. If you have a blade on yourself, then it is a slight disadvantage. You gotta weigh your odds and see like if you're better off just not taking off your Death Blade with Empower. But I guess part of that kind of comes down to like how desperate are you for pips for Empower or for additional blade for Dark Pack.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's really interesting about a weakness is the idea that if you're riffing someone that's in Shrike, it's better to weakness them than to Tower Shield.
Yeah, the Tower Shield.
I think that's
any shield.
That's the only case where weakness is the superior compared to Tower Shield.
The Fizzle.
What? Do you
Yeah. You always forget about your classic friend Cleanse Charm. Really, like it's a great situation for Def if they already have a blade.
I don't think that was
normally Def is natural counter. That was Cleanse.
Was it a Cleanse Charm?
Wait,
was he focusing on himself, or because I thought it went to Chase? That was weird.
Actually, wait. Did he even add an accuracy debuff? Because
no,
that's a storm spell. Well, and Cleanse Charm's 100%. So. Wait. Is he using the 0 pip one? Oh no, there's a 1 pip one. Yeah. So he's using Storm Beetle for that trap. Actually, that's a pretty good. Or no, not trap. The blade. Yeah. That's the funny thing. There's so many beetles out there. I'm thinking like Fire Beetle and its cursed powers, but that Storm Beetle though, I think that's from the pet. Is actually a good solution to his weakness problem compared to Cleanse Charm because he gets an advantage. He turns that weakness literally into a blade, minimize damage and whatnot. But like Pebbles is doing decently though. Like he's whittling down health, he's regaining health.
I don't think that Vampire was a good idea.
Pretty well.
No, that Vampire was not a good idea.
I mean, in terms of just initial face value, literally Luke is getting he's almost dead here, but at the same time though, like he's bringing out that Skeletal Dragon, so depending on how much damage this does and how much protect it could maybe win him here, but look at Pebbles though. Like, he has pips to kill his opponent very easily. At the same time, like, it's a make or break it thing. Was that a critical?
Yeah, it was a crit land.
Yeah, like literally. Oh yeah. Ooh. If a tick doesn't block though, like I think Pebbles may be gone. If that tick is that powerful.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It
powerful.
literally comes down to if his tick is enough.
Yeah, this is.
But yeah, like
one of the disadvantages of this game.
It could be either one.
The first or second
Surely.
thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
All the triage. If it was a shift though, imagine that. That would have been the greatest BM I've seen.
Let's see.
Well, yeah, look at that recovery though. Like, he literally took out Matt's main offensive.
All right, let's
and
see what.
Leaving him just bearing to live with only 707 health. Like, seriously though.
Yeah, but she's pretty low himself. I don't know.
I mean, like, they're both low. I mean, technically, Pebbles is a slight disadvantage just by health, but if you look at Pips, though, like, look, Pebbles literally, as long as his hand is not bad, he can kill him. He can defeat his opponent and win the match. Oh, maybe he just can't find what he needs.
Well, because you got to think about it, Death doesn't really have a lot of, like, strong initial damage. It's
Yeah, like, Goal isn't as powerful compared to, like, a Scorpion or something, or a Troll.
The initial
Or, like,
damage
the final
isn't
hit.
that strong, so you know.
But he does have the Inthal, though. At the same time, you got to consider that the Inthal does solve some of the piercing, or, you know, give the additional piercing to go through his wall.
I don't know what he could be looking for.
I don't know how much Luke Def has right now in terms of resist at the moment, but I feel like
I mean, it might be
that's
a
part of the
Bone
barrier.
Drake. I think Bone Drake would kill, but I don't know if we can.
Yeah, I mean, the Bone Drake's the guaranteed kill.
I
Wait,
don't
we're going
think
to Goal.
so. Maybe.
I don't feel like Goal will kill.
Either Luke will barely live with any health, or nah. Oh. Yeah, barely. Killed.
Wow, that is close, actually.
I think that was like 21. Yeah, 21.
That was honestly much more entertaining match than I thought it would be. Like, you know, Pebbles with his advantage, though, and in turn, really does help out. And I guess playing it better than Luke. And now
Desi.
we begin with Desi, SparkleHeart, versus Eric Stormbringer. Ice versus Storm. The Ice herself is one of our friends. Well, the Storm, the one and only Eric Stormbringer from Duelist 101. Okay, starting here on the Staff Showdown. And as our commentator guest here today, right now, Shannon WildWeaver.
Hi, what's going on?
Yeah, we're going to be chilling out, seeing the match as a stun block, you know, in fear of stuns. Stuns is one of the things
that's a
that
classic move I use too.
Yeah.
Do I use that? I use both of those. Jeez.
Yeah, well,
all right.
they're the most common one of the most common spells.
Well,
you
know.
You get yourself like some protection against Storm and then the stun.
Hey, I mean, it was interesting for an Ice to use that first turn, though. I mean,
well,
maybe she didn't have her stun block.
True, because Storm has Stormlord, and you know, if Eric gets enough tips, though, you can combo
as an
that.
Ice, since it's so like, you know, tanky, like it's just interesting.
Yeah,
usually like I see my friends using like something a little more attack wise, but you know, all right.
Wait, is that the new Berserk?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the new Berserk.
I believe that is. I
think Eric's going
that yet.
Like, he wants to go for a fast match here. Like, he's Storm. Like, what Storm does in PvP is like they go at light speed. That's the whole point. Like, if you can out damage your opponent, that wild
Absolutely.
Bolt. This could be devastating.
Oh no!
Until
you
you realize the shield. So, like, she did a better move though. Oh.
All right, that was maybe a mid hit, maybe.
So yeah, like compared to a stun block though, I feel like, you know, Desi did use the superior move.
I mean, maybe, but then again, right here.
Well, you never know.
You know, you don't know. Like he could carry stuns in his side. Like I remember I used to do that.
As for ice stuns and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you should do, especially, you know, in clash type rules or dual circle rules. When Shadow's not allowed, like when you have to go back to the roots and use every possible spell out there. Like,
oh yeah,
we give our opponents plenty of times to think. Wait, is Eric literally just gonna bolt her to death?
Hey, I mean, I wouldn't blame him.
I mean, he's literally going for the aggressive way. I mean, to be fair, like, you get a decent amount of damage every round. But then you're going against ice.
Yeah.
Like she has like 60 resistance. She got the shields. But you know, Storm has piercing. And
she did use
bubble.
a blade, so depending upon what he's gonna use here, you know, he's got 2 shadow pips. You know, Rusalka's another option.
Well, no,
as
we're
well
not
as the
doing
new
shadow.
spell.
Remember that?
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
tired.
what makes it work. For him.
Look.
Frenzy. Hey.
I was pulled.
We called you last second. It's fine. Remember, DuelCircle 2017 rules. That's what we're doing.
Look, that was months ago. I don't remember.
Okay, months ago felt like an eternity. I could feel you there. Like
It
for
feels
people who are
like an
like,
eternity.
but Ryan and Shannon, it's been like 3 months. Well, actually 4.
Oh, no. No, it's been a while.
Well,
for
4
Shannon.
when this airs, though. That's the thing. It feels like,
Look,
but
it has been a bit for
Hey,
me.
time is
especially.
forever, for sure.
Well, like
We have classic
for me,
Sperm
especially
Beetle,
because
though.
when do I get on?
Hey.
When?
It just happens.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding.
Okay,
Ryan.
like Desi's really wanting to tank herself. Like,
Hey,
like
but I
she's
don't
scared
blame
though
her.
of that storm hit, like of that
I
actual
don't
big
blame
hit.
her.
Like he has
She
the
just needs her
pips.
stun blocks up. Like
Get the
she
stun
needs
blocks,
to get
and then
those.
she
Where
can go
they
ahead
at?
and get herself into damage because with Eric's
I hope she
strategy,
didn't forget them. I really honestly hope she didn't forget
well,
them.
we gave her a lot of time.
Oh yeah, but like think about it. Some
It
of us haven't
happens though. Like
PvP'd in
she's not a
while.
veteran though at PvP. That's the issue. There's a shield.
No.
Oh, the shield prediction.
Hey, I mean it could be kind of good though.
Hey,
Like,
it's a mana burn though. This spell.
yes, and I
which
think
is
on her part
actually
was
even
very
good
smart.
for the shield. So like she still gets an advantage here.
She still has a shield
herself
on.
a shield. So
I think
you know,
she
not
made a good
bad
move.
though. Not
despite
bad
it.
considering all things though with the move. It's working out.
Yeah,
970
it took out
damage.
A decent chunk of his health
And
too.
there's
so.
our friend Mana Burn. It's so
I don't
cool
blame
that
her.
like that's a spell. Or
Yeah.
isn't it like wait? Normally the pips are supposed to go down further. Did they change that, or
no,
was it only like
I
one
think
pip?
they changed that because I remember that it was like
It
a
used
big
to be like
problem.
broken. This is
Well,
what
yeah.
happens though. Like you never see Lord of Winter used.
Oh, whoa, that's a new one.
Storm Minion. I
That's a
forgot.
new one.
They made it where
But
it's less
although they do
selfish
make-
now. It works. It works properly.
Oh,
When
really?
I mean properly,
Okay.
I mean properly.
Yeah, in quotations.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing in Wiz works properly.
Hey, I mean it's trial and error. You just have to wait
I know.
over.
I'm just making a joke.
It's a good
Like, come
joke
on.
though. Like we all know
We
that,
all
like,
know.
that minion has been criticized as the most
Lifesavers.
useless minion in the universe.
No, actually.
Well-
in low level PvP, it used to be a big factor because when it used that sprite spell, oh, the other
Or
person was
spread,
in
or
trouble.
actually shield her right. Like that's the thing.
Either or, it doesn't matter. But like even in
I mean-
like low level, I remember I used to get very frustrated if someone used that. And
I
it
guess
used
so
spray on
because
them.
like it becomes a new target, especially at low level, where you
Yeah.
don't have a lot of damage to easily
That
use
was a
like
good
a
move
2
by
pip spell to
Desi,
kill
by
that
the way.
minion. So I understand that that mentality though. Like literally,
Mm-hmm.
it goes like you have to be careful how you use your damage, and your pips aren't always power pips. So like
oh yeah.
it plays a big factor, even if let's just say it's a selfish minion.
Well, especially
Ah.
just simply because like how it used to work. Like I remember I would get really angry with
Oh,
it.
triage.
Like I would use my entire pip, say on like a bone dragon, because I did level 16 death PvP.
And like your second
And-
or something.
Like he's back alive, and I'm just like, okay, and I don't pull a hit.
Yeah, I can
Then I get
imagine that
angry.
though. Oh yeah, especially yeah. Because in that circumstance, like the minion just so happens to heal him the round you attempt to
Yeah.
kill, and the worst part in that circumstance is the dot dies because the dot doesn't carry through death,
Oh no, yeah.
which is the yeah. So like that's part of I guess with any minion that has a healing spell that can heal you, especially like in those lower levels where like you know you can die really easily, but then that minion can save you. The beauty about low level, but we're in high level though. But at the same time, that stuff still applies though. Like for all we know,
Yeah.
like especially for Storm, like with the minion being a bit more objective and helping you, the wizard, versus kind of himself. Let's just say he dies, and then dies from Desi, and then he's like, oh hey buddy, I'm gonna heal. Oh hey, you're alive again. And then like Desi uses all her pips, and you keep your pips though when you die when you get revived, right? Oh my gosh, the Storm Owl.
I mean, depending upon if he gets like a crit. Okay, not even a crit.
I mean, Storm Owl is still a
was a
pretty strong
questionable-
spell.
It's. I mean, he used all his pips though, which
Yeah, but
isn't
then
the
again,
best.
look at
But
that.
at the same time, though, I mean,
Look at her
he
pip
put the
count
damage
compared
up.
to his now. Like,
I mean, he swapped the advantage in pips, but at the same
okay,
time,
yeah,
though,
but look, like his health isn't like as big as hers, obviously.
yeah, we have
but-
that. But also look at Desi's
know.
blades though. She doesn't have the blades to
Yeah, but
get that
he's
damage because Ice
open.
needs more blade stacking because, especially since she has like 90 damage, she doesn't have all the
Yeah.
damage to be what I call it aggressive.
I
Oh,
don't know.
now that look at that. Now that's what he needed though for extra
Intel.
protection.
Okay, that was a good move by Desi.
That is a good move, especially in the circumstances of having double
As-
shield there.
I don't know. If I was her right now, I'd probably use like Frostbite or like some small baby spell as an ice. Like nothing too crazy.
No, the ice bird thing, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The-
I mean,
the
I
blade
have
thing,
that pet. I have that pet on my my ice. So.
Even not to pet the TC. I'm escaping the spells. This is what happens though, in like 3-4 months.
I thought I was gonna get pulled, but then I realized
Oh,
what
yeah,
was
well-
going on.
Well, no, you're thinking of last year. Remember last year when
Yeah.
you could get pulled into the match? Oh, those were nightmares. Those were nightmares.
Yeah, that's
with
why I
last year's
I
Fansite
low key
Fest.
was
Oh,
like,
boy.
eek, please don't pull me. That was my only like reason.
This
for,
is
like,
interesting, but the
sticking.
beauty about Frostbite, I guess, is since it's a tech, like, and they're different shields, so simply like first hit doesn't matter, but the second, then the second, third, fourth, through the dot will definitely put on damage on them and get rid of the any shields, so like she doesn't have to worry about shields for a while.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Plus, Eric decides to triage it again.
That's good versus
that
what I
is-
would call like a temporary solution with Icebird.
All right.
Especially considering that like he's doing the shields.
I'd say
Because of the
for
turn order,
Desi,
it's still,
just
the shields
blade.
themselves still help a
Please
lot.
tell me you bladed. That's all I
Holy,
gotta say.
that minion though, look at the usefulness.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was questionable.
If she was the other turn though, if she wasn't in the turn order she was, that frostbite would have helped her. But look at that though, doing
I
nearly
wouldn't have
nothing.
used Winter Moon.
Winter Moon was too rough, especially considering you have that minion alive, which honestly I think she should have killed with.
Killed that by now. As well as
Actually,
the
what's
fact
the second?
of
What's the 2-pip spell for ice?
2-pip spell? I think it's a Snow Serpent?
Oh yeah, Snow
Snow
Serpent.
Serpent? Right?
Yeah, Snow
I haven't been
Serpent.
on one in a
Yeah,
while.
she could have Snow Serpent the minion dead.
Well, the
Like,
other
that's
thing
why-
is that also about using Winter Moon on Eric
Oh.
himself was that's a move.
It's a bit too quick.
Yeah, as well as
That's
he's
the
a
thing.
Sunblock
Like,
on.
especially considering like you have your frostbite to get rid of shields, but at the same time, you have to not be too quick to action. You have to
Yeah.
build up some other things, or even consider
He's
the
also
third
got a
of the water
Sunblock
element.
on, so that didn't really help.
Yeah, like you want to use your stuns right because when you stun, you have the sun shield. Then you have to go and deal with the sun shield. I was almost gonna think about how we have dispels, but that's a different story. So if she had a dispel though, like that would be a good what I call oh crap moment.
Yeah,
Defense.
Oh, Storm Bubble. Okay. Haven't seen
Dark
that in
Wing.
a while. Sorry, I normally don't see that from Storms ever. The only really people I see it from is actually Ice. How ironic.
Yeah. It's like,
Alright.
well, hello, my classic friend.
Yeah.
Honestly, you would assume Def, or like one of them would have won already, but I guess it's a bit longer.
Well, Desi did heal herself, and she kind of gave herself a little bit of a chance to recover, so I don't blame her. You do what you gotta do to stay alive.
Yeah. I like this play though, like, because most of the time you don't see Storm even using the minions in the first place.
Yeah.
Like,
Jeez.
Like you don't see them using in the first place. You don't see them really going
Oh,
in any
Storm
other
Elf, that was a
interesting
good move.
strategies. Lightning Elf, not Storm Owl. I heard Storm Owl. It's like
I
wait,
said
no, that's-
Storm Elf, you dummy.
Hey, I heard Owl. This is a good move though. This is a good thing. That's
This is a
like,
good move.
like Eric though. Like we're talking about, a guy at Duel is a guy that, writes
seen
for
a
a
lot.
website about PvP. You would expect him to know something, at least something about Storm.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing it well.
Yeah. Considering against an ice. So. I mean, normally, like, when I'm on my Storm, I fear ices, but that's because I'm at level 76, so that's a little bit more,
I mean, the way
iffy.
I see it though, with PvP and the levels, like you just add up to what you can do. Like if you can take principles from a lower level, you just have to scale it up to higher level with more health, more damage, more possibilities, more spells. Like you change up in complete possibilities, but basic possibilities still exist in the base game, really.
Yeah.
Stormlord away.
That was smart move on Eric,
Yeah,
especially because she has no.
Like she should have
and he
really
got the
done
crit
that instead.
through. Oof.
Like, let's just say that Winter Min she used herself. She honestly should have used a stun block just in case, because
And
like
the
if you don't see it
minions
early
helping
on, just know that your
out
Storm Wizard's going
in a
to
way, sort of.
take it on. But like that elf and that trap, like the combos are working well. Like that
Yeah.
water element, I honestly feel is basically what has in part won the match for
Yeah.
him. Like by this point, like Eric's basically just going to town.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really remember how much Triton does, but if this does enough,
I mean, Triton does 1,000,
Rip.
1,100. So I mean,
Oh yeah. All right.
add the crit, 1.3. Yeah, that's like,
All right.
yeah, that's to secure the match. So, congratulations, Eric Stormbringer, for playing the better match as
Storm.
the Storm versus Ice. And hey, remember that Sprightly you mentioned? It's here for victory,
Get out, Ryan.
aka the BM.
Ryan, the door is over there. Out.
I know. I'll just leave before Sprightly kills me.
Yeah, get out.
I mean, defeats me.
We're good.
That was the
you.
match. Quite exciting, quite fun.
And here we go with Vanessa Mythdust versus Edward Anvil Shard. Myth versus Death. Vanessa from Untold Spiral versus Mana Base, as he is commonly known around the Spiral and the internet. Anyhow, Mana Base went first, surprisingly, versus the Myth. So on the bright side, he does. That's interesting. With the bloodbath. Anyhow, on the bright side for him, he has the advantage, especially against Myth's most troublesome spell, the Medusa. Ooh, Talos. That's surprising. Looks like she's believing in her trusty old utility, Talos. Level 55 minion from Wintertusk. Well, that was a pass. Apparently didn't get anything good in his hands. But we have a stun shield. She herself is thinking Base could go and stun her, so might as well keep that secured. But of course, Base hasn't, at the moment, put a stun shield on himself. He does have a lot of opportunities to defend against that Medusa. Even if, let's just say, Vanessa goes with a Medusa, she would have to warrant in fear if he were to put a stun shield and sure that would happen. So, like, he has opportunity. He has options from first, but it's not going to guarantee his win. He has to play his game right in order to win. With the current advantage being Vanessa, with the stun shields, with the minion. We'll see what Base does in reaction. Will he shield? Will he weakness? Apparently, he really has a bad hand or something, or going for a very interesting strategy. We'll find out what it is. It would have been awesome if Vanessa got double-bladed by her own blade and Talos' blade, but sadly not. I feel like Base is going with something really interesting today. I want to see it. I really do. That Bloodbats, though, it has to be part of a strategy. You're just not deaf and use it out of nowhere. I at least hope so. He better have a really good plan, because Vanessa's is becoming comfy with her bubble now. Time of Legends. Probably 25. That was a weird delay. Anyhow, we continue into this part of the round for rounds 1 match of Edward Anvil Shard versus Vanessa Mythdust. Mana Base holding the pip advantage, nearing 14 pips. There's a lot of things you can do from 14 pips, honestly, as for death. Though we get a Dream Shield, so apparently he is getting something good in hand this time, which is a pleasant surprise to see. That is a curse, though. That is a curse, right? No, that's a Hex, because Hex is the... Yeah, Hex is 30 versus Curse is 20.
Interesting hand, though, for both of them. I would have expected probably another blade, like a Spirit Blade or something. Maybe a Sharpened Myth Blade. Maybe even a Feint if you're feeling risky. Though you do have the... Well, to be fair, though, a Feint here would be pretty bad, especially considering that. Animate, though. What a champion. Death Reincarnate? Oh, boy. Who doesn't love this, honestly? But we have Talos giving an attempt to know, but sadly Talos is around too early to actually put any damage on Mana Base's new minion. This is a minion you almost never see. I'm really excited to see how he's going to go ahead and play with this guy here for sure. It would be truly interesting. Like, you just don't see this anywhere at all. Perhaps maybe he's even trying to go ahead and work on a strategy called Puppet Master, which is a game mode that a few years back, almost 4 years by now, by this point, Base and I were working on in a live stream. So I feel like this may be homage to that. Like, he wants to go and attempt to win the tournament through Puppet Master. If he can do that, though, honestly, I would give him mad respect. But the plan has a fault. Getting stunned. If only he got a stun block, though, in some of those rounds he had to pass. Really, I just feel bad for him not getting that on in the first place, especially considering that Vanessa could have done a lot of combos or potentially damage his way up to incarnate. The Death Minion here, the 14 pip one, the legendary rank 7 one. Now that is a curse with a 20%. And now we have King Otorius. One of the greatest spells from F. Being a damage over time spell that has the ability to remove a shield and being a pips. So it's basically a better Basilisk in most cases if you don't need to stun. Take a strong, removes a shield, and also gives you a Pierce Blade too, which is one of the greatest things. Like, 2 main effects other than the tick. Packing with action though, like he has a dot. Will he triage it? Will he shift it? What will he do? Will he just deal with it with like a man? Though that additional curse though, it does appear to be warranting. Oh the heck, sorry, excuse me. A return here. Ooh, 2.7k damage. Ooh, wait. Is that a life bane? Oh my gosh, he life baned her. Well, goodbye life spells. Well, at least one. Oh, that's amusing. That really is amazing here, truly. That's just beautiful. Look at that though, like that minion though is just trying to keep itself alive. Oh, Athenia. The owl flying away, the winter owl into the transformation within a battle site with that Pierce Blade. I feel that Base's days are numbered, honestly. Wait, what? Wait. You could have gotten really close to killing here. What? Maybe she was scared of the minion? I mean, the minion did some, a decent effort here, but like, what? Wait, actually, well, wait. Never mind. The tick was strong enough. Okay, so I guess the reason behind this rationality, though, would be simply put, she wanted to go ahead and give absolute victory, though. Like, she's calling on for what she's going to go in for round 2. So, congratulations to Vanessa Mythdust for advancing to round 2. And for Meta Base, giving us an interesting match with attempting to work on the Puppet Master sort of strategy with his 14-pip minion. Oh, Lord, that's a classic minion. And the Life Bane, I'll tell you. The Life Bane was fun. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next match. Oh.
It has begun. The
All you gotta do
match
is ping him.
of the Century Cap. No, it's just Michael FireHammer versus Chase, aka Pebbles. So we have Mike
Peps.
versus Pebbles, Balance versus Def.
Oh, I didn't know Pebs was on his death. I kept like messaging his balance like Pebs.
Yeah, he's just there as a port
hello?
bus. That's what's going on. That's what's
Gotcha.
going on, Shannon.
Well, I miss Peb, and
Hey,
I haven't spoken to Peb in months.
all fine.
so-
We have
Oh,
a
that's
deal
an
night.
interesting first move. Jeez, all right. Starting
I
it off.
mean, hey, he wants to show off Def. That's what he's want to do. Like he wants to go in proud with his first move as a Deer Knight for 826 damage and that glorious tick. But
Yeah.
what is he going to do to take advantage of his free shields? Oh, the Mander man. Mike's going once again with his Mander minion. That's what he did in his last match
Oh my god.
against his
Mike.
other opponent, which was Michael WildWeaver, I believe from which fan site? Anyhow, this will be an exciting match. Mander and Mander, or like Mander Sensei and Mander Student, here to go in PvP against the non-Mander here. What a Scorpion. So what do you think Mike's gonna do to win, at least his plan?
He's just gonna do his normal spectral BS. We'll put it that way.
Hey, I mean, Spectral's
He
effective.
spams spectral. That's all he does. Or lore.
It's allowed.
Either or.
Hey,
yeah,
I
I
mean,
know, but you know.
the mentality is get the match down in 10 minutes or less.
I mean,
No.
I get that, but like as another balance who does BBB,
Well, You're
I
a
throw
variety
in
person.
Hydra. I throw in Hydra. Okay.
Hydra, Chimera, like I want to see, a balance go into his full variety
I
of
hope
utils.
Peb kicks his butt. In all honesty.
Yeah, I want to see Pebbles in the finals. I want to see that though. That would be pretty cool.
Well, Peb doesn't have
Referee,
much time.
you're
That's
one.
the only problem.
It does, but I mean, if it is, then
see, look at
we'll be
that.
fine.
There's the spectral. There it is. What did
that's
I say?
1672 though. Look at that though.
What did I say?
I feel like
It's
Pebbles
right
doesn't have a
there.
lot of resist. And that Mander
no, as
given
a
that
death, you don't really, in all honesty, from what
you
I've
can
seen.
get 50 resist if you get the right stuff.
Well,
Actually,
you
if
get the
he
right
set, he
stuff.
could have got set up to 70. But I don't think Pebbles doesn't have any pets to do that because he's not an
No.
active PvPer.
Neither am I. What?
Well, I mean, you do that just on your fire though. Like you have that set
Well,
pet, that set pet,
I
that set
have a
ward
lot
pet
of
with
set
dealer.
pets. Which one are you asking about?
No, like the one you use for fire, the primary one.
The primary one?
And
I'm
there it
insane.
is, that Kettle Black. I believe these are limited to like 2 or something. But they're pretty good. In all honesty.
Oh yeah, my
But-
primary one. My
Oh
my
wait,
Blaze
that's an
Beast.
AoE?
Mhm.
This is what happens when you've never seen Def actually use its variant of the five TARDIS thing, the boxes, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I call it
that's
the TARDIS.
That's always been a. I think it's always been a AOE.
No. Well,
I think it's for Death and Life that it's an AOE, if I remember correctly.
yeah, but you don't see them all. Well,
Mm-mm.
generally,
Mhm.
but I mean, it's cool though. At least in in this tournament, they're at
I've
least
seen them in
useful
low
enough to
level.
see.
Because I.
Oh yeah, I imagine low level. That they're especially effective for low
Yeah,
level with the
when I
availability of
use
spells.
With my friend, sometimes we use it as a backup if we don't have deer. It works.
Thank you for the
honestly,
insight though about
it works.
where the spell's normally used and the effectiveness. There's that vampire
Mhm.
giving him 500 health regen, so a little better
Mhm.
than a fairy, but he
I
does
heard
damage.
Savage
So
Paw.
that's a paw.
See,
He didn't use Lore Master before, so this is
What
his
I never
first
got-
lore spell.
as that spell, like, just as a thing. I never understood why it's called Savage Paw, because it doesn't strike with its paw. It hits with a knife.
Good point. I think it's like a name of an enemy or like name
Yeah,
of
but
something.
like,
and
you see how, like,
it's one of
sharp
those.
its claws are? Like,
it's
it's
one of
supposed to be a
those-
paw. Like, why doesn't it, like, slash, you know? I don't know.
Hey, maybe
that's just
Kingzo
me.
will actually fix that, change it
Hey.
up, get the dream.
Yeah. Hello.
Wait, did Mike pass?
I think so.
Mike's so confident. He's given a patch, or he just couldn't draw. One of those two. Mike's
Yeah.
like, I'm all fine.
There's the poison. That's the thing that Pebbles definitely likes doing, and he got the critical, but will he get the critical for the dot, though? That's such a weird change, honestly, like having it where your dot applies for not hit or not, but Pebbles was lucky, though. He got both sides through. So, like, he's gonna do damage. Wait, actually, is Mike gonna die?
I hope so.
I just noted. That's a bit unencouraging, but I mean, hey, you're Team Pebbles, and I guess I'm Team Mander. Like, for supporting the Mander meme, I have to be Team Mander. Even if I have to betray my friend, my other friend, Piglets. Oh, okay, that's his second lore spell. So if he uses the third one, that's his last. But and I don't think Mike's using Life Mastery, so and Availing, as we know, doesn't give that good of a heal. So you know, Mike's looking like he's down under. They're even in pips. And both are about the same defensively as well, because they don't have any shields that are out there. Well, actually, yeah. Oh, there's a tick though.
Peb. Come on,
oh, yeah,
Peb.
this should win. Even if Vampire doesn't kill, which it should, the tick will. Like, Mike has been cornered and set, man. Rest in peace, our friend Mike. If that tick does like 45 damage and then Mike does something crazy, oh, so help us all. Nah, that's like 677. Yeah, Pebbles, good match,
I'm so
man.
proud of him. I'm so proud
Good match. You have made the Mander himself defeated and sad.
Get his butt kicked.
Yeah, so Pebbles has secured himself a literal slot and position in the finals. GG. GG. No.
Vanessa's ready to go.
Oh, there
Eric.
we go. Let's
Go.
Stormbringer. There we go. Vanessa versus Eric. Third Age Pet Warlord versus PvP Warlord. Which Warlord will pay off in
Vanessa.
action? You know, Vanessa though, like
I'm going for Vanessa. I'm on her side.
like she has it where one season she had like 7,000 pet points for the for Derby.
I
which
think
is
Vanessa
pretty
can do it. I think she can do it.
Yeah, anyhow, like I believe in her abilities as a myth.
I do too, honestly, as a myth. I do. I miss Shannon Legend. I should get her up in here.
Yeah. Myth
funny.
is the MVP class. That Myth blade. Here we go. Sharpen? Nope. Oh, that's CC. Or no, that's just
wrong.
blade. No, probably amulet. Yeah. Well, it could be both, I guess. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Stun shields as Eric definitely doesn't want to be Medusa, as we definitely know that.
Oh heck no.
You can stun lock people really badly with that. Like you can get like what, a 5 round quote unquote stun.
Sometimes.
Well, actually,
You're lucky.
no, you can still do it. Yeah. Especially, you can do that. It's weird because I'm thinking about dispels, but dispels and our dispels with the shield, even with our rules where you can't dispel twice. Oh. That's a fun spell. Catch of the day, 800 to 850 and remove 2 charms. Or 4 pips. Oh no, 5. So yeah, since you can't use bugs, what's the next best solution? Use Catch of the Day and get yourself 1,000 damage and get rid of your opponent's blade. Like we're basically how this match goes is we're talking about experienced Storm PvPer, Duelist 101,
and his student
member versus Vanessa, Head Derby Master. And also, Fansite owner of Untold Spiral. So, you know, it's literally like, you can say this is literally an Untold Spiral match versus Duels 101 in terms of like what each stand for in terms of Fansite. Kind of funny since we're in Fansite Fest tonight, or this afternoon, I believe, yeah. Anyhow, we have the upgraded edition to Fortify. Name escapes me at the moment, but there it is. Oh, hey, Shannon Legend. Yo. That's a white rat musician?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Not yet.
You know what?
I'm
you know what we need to
working
do?
on it.
We need to
I'm
make a good
working on
one.
it. I'm working on it.
We can make the best rat musician ever for Myth. Think about Team Myth. Team Myth is considering her options with that additional Myth blade that she has. Tower Shield, as she is scared of the damage and onslaughter that may occur. Speaking of onslaughter, we have Thunderbird. which is basically Phoenix, one of your favorite spells. It's for fire, but
yeah.
upgraded with
Hence my pet.
3% traps. Like, this is a deadly spell that Storm has. Like, look at that insanity.
Vanessa,
It's like Fire
you can do
Beetle,
it.
higher pips, higher damage, and universal power in your traps. Like, the only issue is it's not 35% for traps like Fire Beetle and the complete onslaught of comboing that does. But that's banned in this tournament. I just realized that we did not have any any fires that joined this tournament.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
I would have.
no fires at
I would have
all.
smacked.
Holy!
I would have
shenanigans.
smacked.
Speaking about shenanigans,
Hi.
I'm a legend, but that's only normal done.
No, my aunt actually calls me Shenanigans.
Yeah, that's cool.
Between her and I.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, we're going Bubble
Ooh.
War, Dark
Whoa.
Wind, tumbling up. Like, literally, this is the Prism War. I'll tell you, this is the Prism War we're going under. Like, Eric here is just like sitting here with his defense, with his bubble, with his 30% traps, here to combo as much as he wants. If he heck, I can say that, like, he can simply go ahead and go and bolt her. I feel like that's a thing that, like, if he just wants to go ahead and do some damage with one of those 3 traps, he could do that initially. Vanessa's not really I guess this is also a very smart thing you did with triage, because if you're thinking a little further ahead in battle compared to the Pip stuff, she could have used Basilisk or King Artorias, which actually that should have what she used, but at least she's predicted / chose someone else to do than that. Because honestly,
Bassie's always a good
like,
move.
I don't know though, like, if she was thinking of doing Bassie or King Artorias,
either or doesn't matter.
because she didn't do it, but she could do it now.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so I feel like that, like, waiting around was kind of a smart way to protect the opponent. If
Yes.
that was she was doing, or just buffing up more and working.
I'd say as a
alternatives.
myth, either I'd use White Rat Magician next round, or
Yeah, especially change your bubble.
something.
Even if he gets a shield and stuff, but simple
just a little
damage
something.
and hit, like the combo
Ooh.
on that. Oh, Vanessa taking the heat for not having stun block on at the present time. That's like one of the rule number 1s of, in the beginning of your turns, you should have stun block on yourself. If you do not, then rest in peace your RNG. Or I guess conviction if you're not going against balance. Well, with balance, you gotta worry about your bubbles, or your auras particularly.
He
3.7k versus 3.2k.
Never mind, I'm joking. I'm not looking at the screen.
Yeah, it does that.
Art.
It's a house switch. Funny though, like, we're literally having art versus art, but this is the strong Storm one, 1370. That's 1.3. That's 1.3 on her. That's going to
She's
wrap it up with 6.5k with Eric and the bubble advantage and the trap to secure him the win. Eric goes on to the finals with Vanessa stepping down. I think she did better than I thought she would.
I think she did good, considering.
Yeah, I
I
liked
think
it.
she did great.
Hey, at least we had the slight potential of Myth being in finals. It happened last year. I mean, like 3 or 4 months ago. Whatever. It happened then, but then Myth killed himself.
And here we have it, the finals of Staff Showdown. Eric Stormbringer versus Chase LegendDreamer. Storm versus Death. Here we are in the finals, Chase LegendDreamer versus Eric Stormbringer. Storm versus Death. Will win today in this grand match that you see before you. It could be anyone's game, honestly, but they took their time, decide what they're doing, the most important match of their life. Tower Shield for Chase, aka Pebbles, and then for Eric, he chose the 20% Aura. Both going defensive. One going defensive for 4 rounds versus the single Tower Shield. Will this pay off in the reduction of damage or their overall plan? We'll just have to wait and see. And here we are with... Wait, that's Doom and Gloom? Oh no, it's Age of Reckoning. I was thinking Doom and Gloom, but... Hey, his mentality is get all the piercing and get all the critical, I guess. Normally a thing you would expect for Storm or Fire per se, but hey. Speaking about expectations, Stun Block. Eric really wants to lock in his victory, ensuring that he will not miss an important churn later on. Because right now, the churns aren't as important as potentially the ones later on when you're comboing or trying to make up something really exciting. And speaking about trying to protect yourself, in the same league, Pebbles put a conviction up just to ensure that nothing's going wrong. And hey, look, a bubble. And that bubble here is our good old friend Dark Wind. Eric really wants to make sure that his opponent will have minimal amounts of advantages compared to him. Giving the storm damage bubble, to have it where he always has a 25% trap on himself. And he's looking real comfy here with all his pips. He can go ahead. Anyhow, we have a poison occurring right now. Getting that tick, the first set of damage to either opponent. Just to warrant off any shields in the feature and just to have a solid amount of damage. Though it is very little. But speaking about ticks, though, we have the Storm Elf here. Gotta love your DOT/dots. Well, aka damage over times. That going through the shield and also removing his potential for any shields, at least most of them that are either Storm or Tower Shield, as towers are universal. Eric, though, does have it to be widely open, but if he were to hit, that bad juju will go ahead and get him under the table. Let's see. Did the prediction work here? Did the bad juju work? Remember, he only has 3 bad jujus per reshuffle. Luckily, he decided to change his aura up to the new Berserk from the Arcanum. Just look at Eric, though, with his massive power growing and anticipating. He's probably going to go ahead and simply wand it off or something, or even a power. Though I'm feeling wand. I'm feeling a wand hit of some kind or a small damage hit. Though of course we have to go and see what Pebbles does first. He's going with a vampire here to recover some of his health that he has lost. And now he's looking all sorts of comfy with his regained strength. Dot has finished. Eric is now using the Storm Phoenix. What a fantastic card with that critical. Will it pass? Yes, it does. It passed and gives him an advantage of getting rid of that, getting rid of his bad juju while also giving him 3 30% traps. The elf will take up one of those traps at least, but in the end, it is still beneficial for 2 additional hits. Perhaps he's going for a hit now with his amazing aura up and his bubble. He has quite a damage advantage. Sadly, his stuns will be ineffective until apparently until 4 rounds from now. Like, he really is scared of that Stormlord or anything coming up. Eric really is giving himself some time to set up and ensure that he's not going to be caught off surprise when he goes on to an offensive. Like, he's really going ahead and trying to protect his opponent. Pebbles, if he wanted to, could of course do another bad juju. That would of course get one of the traps out of his way, one of those 30% traps, so, and give his opponent a disadvantage. And if you were to storm out or any big damage, it would be problematic. Oh, hey, look, another Age of Reckoning. Indeed, it's another Age of Reckoning. Good to hear. Good to see the bubble control. And speaking about the advantage and disadvantage of not having your bubble, he lost his bubble and does not have the 25% blade, so this will do slightly less damage to him. But sadly, slightly less damage is not enough to survive against the Storm Owl. Eric Stormbringer has won the tournament. Congratulations to you for winning the Staff Showdown, DuelCircle 2018 Staff Showdown.